Well, hi everybody. Welcome to Stratosphere Lounge. I'm your host, Bill Whittle, and this is the 12th of December, 2019. For those of you who may be watching, oh, that idiot. Hang on. Let's try that again. Yeah, we're back. We're back to our normal standards of quality, which had slipped momentarily into relative competence, and I just thought it was time to put an end to that nonsense before it started to, become an expectation or something. So we have a big announcement to make, and I will make that a big announcement in a moment. I hope everybody's doing well. Hi from Florida. Hello, everybody out there. And I've got some goodies to show as well as the big announcement. So I guess we might as well just go into the announcement. Why don't we? I'm just getting my things set up here because that's the way it goes around here. All right, here we go. Ready? No, I'm not pregnant. That is not the news, Aesop. It's even bigger than that. So here it comes. Ready? Dun, 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 dun. We've been talking about a Stratosphere Lounge convention for the longest time. Somebody approached me with an idea and made it exceedingly easy to do, which is why we're going to do it. And it is Stratocruise 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Stratocruise 2020. You can go to BillWhittleCruise.com. We are going out of Miami in May. We're going to be out there for 3 days. Scott is coming. I think Steve Green will be coming. And we're about as excited as we possibly could be. The price is really amazing, too. I think it starts around $800. That's all inclusive. It doesn't include your airfare, obviously, but that's 2-3 days out on the water. We leave on the 15th, so we shove off at about 4 o'clock, have a party out there on the deck, and then we're gone for Friday, we're gone for Saturday, and then we come back Sunday morning. And because these guys are so, it's Royal Caribbean, and because these guys are so cool, there's another little nifty piece of announcement for you here. Here we go. Hey, look at that. If you go to BillWhittleCruise.com now, you can reserve your tickets for only $75. And that'll be in place until December 25th. Plus, you've got 3 months to pay it off. I think they want to have the payments finished by February 15th. But that should be manageable. Let me do this real quick. Why don't I just go to... Why don't I just go to BillWhittleCruise.com and see what it has to say? Well, it turns out that BillWhittleCruise.com gives you a couple of options, but I'm in the upper left-hand corner. But you click on the Stratocruise button, and here's the general itinerary. I have to tell you, when they told me about the cruise and they told me how much time I was kind of contractually required to spend, I thought, these bozos aren't worth 90 minutes of my time every single day. No, they actually said it's really, you need to do like maybe, an event or two a day. But we're going to do way more than that. Way more than that. By the way, the $75 is not the cruise price. That's the price it takes for you to hold the cruise. But in any event, the cruise price is around $800 depending on your cabin. But that's all inclusive for food and all the rest of it. And we're in and out of Miami on the 15th. So here's the itinerary. Here's what we're going to do. Friday afternoon on the 15th, we leave Miami, set sail at 4:30. So we're going to have a launch party out there on the deck of the ship and watch Miami recede into the distance, which is an exceedingly pleasant experience, I might say, having lived there for 25 years. And then after that, we'll have a little meet and greet cocktail party. And then we're going to have dinner together. And then we're going to do a political roundtable with me and Scott. Scott's confirmed, and it looks almost certain that Steve Green will be booked as well. We got to make sure we got to make sure that we can book enough people for that. But I think it's definitely going to happen. So so that's a political roundtable. That's Friday. That's just a quarter day. So Saturday, we go to the private island of Royal Caribbean called Coco Cay, and you can tool around on the island and the water park and all that other stuff from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Here's what we're going to do during that day on the ship, though. We're going to do a Bill Whittle Now taping in the morning-ish. And if Steve is along, we'll do a right angle taping live. And then we're going to do Stratosphere Lounge taping later in the afternoon. So we'll be able to do that live with everybody. Then dinner again for everybody. And then the night activities will be a seminar, 2 hours probably, of us just talking about pop culture. Just kind of going over whatever happens to be in that thing. I'll talk a little bit about the computer game stuff, and I've got some stuff to show you on that too. And then on the night of the 16th, that Saturday night, we're going to have a star party out on deck. I've done a little bit of checking, and our mission will be to see if we can see Alpha Centauri. It is only visible from the southernmost point in the United States, and I checked the online planetarium, and it looks like around 10 or 11 o'clock at that time of year. It's going to be as high as it'll get in the southern horizon, but we'll be at sea, so we should have a good clear horizon. And so we'll get a chance to see Alpha Centauri, among other things. So we'll do a whole star party kind of thing. And then that's Saturday. Sunday, May 17th, we go back. Let me just put this back up here for those of you who are coming in late to the news. Hey, look at that. In fact, hey, look at that. Then on Sunday, we're going to be going to Nassau, which it's certainly not Hamilton, but it's Nassau. Free reign is as the day before, from about 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. at port, and then get you back around 3:30, 4:30, and we set sail at 6. And so this is what's going to happen on the Sunday, on the 17th. We're going to do a Bill Whittle Now taping. We're going to have a VIP, kind of a smallish private event. There are VIP tickets available. There's going to be a Q&A session, pretty much open. Then we're going to do another dinner together, and then we're going to do another star party. And then last, we'll do a last call with Bill and Scott and Steve. We'll just basically do we'll stay up until we don't stay up anymore. We get back to Miami at about between 6 and 8 a.m. on Monday the 18th. So you can fly out on the 18th. That's my plan, certainly, to fly out on the 18th. And so really it's 4 days. We leave on the 15th at 4:30 in the afternoon. It's plenty of time to get there if you want to come in that day. And if you don't want to pick up another hotel room, I'm sure I'll come in a day early, just because if I go if the boat sails and I miss it for some reason, they'll have to raise the price. So if you look at the cost on this, the guy who put this thing together is tremendous. Parker, this travel agent, it's absolutely painless on my end. So in addition to all of the cruise details, if you go to billwhittlecruise.com, you can see a beautiful picture of the Royal Caribbean's Navigator of the Seas. And plus, they have a solarium, pools and whirlpools, water slide, pubs, bars, lounges, surf simulator, scuba certification, original productions, theater shows, ice skating and ice skating shows, karaoke, a nightclub, outdoor movie nights, a casino and casino tournaments, bingo, live music, dance classes, blow-dry bar, cooking demonstrations and classes, sports courts and tournaments, fitness center and fitness classes, mini golf, rock climbing wall, laser tag, video arcade, a spa, hair and beauty salon, men's salon services, an art gallery, wine tasting, jewelry making, library and card room, and escape room, and shopping and youth and teen programs, and more. So, May 15th through May 18th, the first of many. I'm quite convinced of our fabulous Strato-Cruisers. Whoops, sorry, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So, hooray! How about that? It's long overdue, and a special thanks to our friend Travis, who basically came at me with this thing and just said, hey, you could do this. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. And it is just, I just couldn't be more impressed with the guys running it, and with the cruise line and everything. It's really transparent for me. So I am hoping for 300 people, and anything beyond that will be gravy. So I'm, needless to say, going to be promoting Living Daylights out of this. Um, there, DP Wellman wants to know if there's going to be skeet shooting activities on the boat. There's none listed, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind if you bring your own weapons and just start shooting off the bow of the cruise line. I'm sure they have no problem with that at all. So, oh, live taping of the Red Angle. We're still working on the bugs there. We just got it out in time for the Stratosphere Lounge. Uh, but in any event, it's really going to be, it's just going to be a blast. Stephen Scott will be there, and I'll be there. And Eric says there might be a launch scheduled around there. We could watch it from the ship. That'd be fun too. So, some of these cruises, the celebrity hosting the cruise shows up occasionally. He does his hour in the afternoon and 90 minutes at night, and he retires to his exceedingly large cabin. But since we don't really have a celebrity on this one, just me, I'm planning to be there all the time. I mean, really, there's no reason for me to hide away in a stateroom. I love talking to you guys, and I've always had fun doing it. And so we will be hanging out during that. Will Natasha be there? Somebody wants to know. Will Natasha be on the cruise? As a matter of fact, yes, she will. Hey, Scott Ott weighs in. Karaoke or I'm out. Scott Ott, by the way, used to be a rock and roll singer, and I guess you still are, just not employed as that. But that boy can sing, and so yeah, we'll do some karaoke. I'm sure. I do just a drop dead Michael Bublé's "Come Fly with Me." There's going to be some alcohol involved with that, but in any event, it's going to be a lot of fun. And so before we move on, I'll just show you this really bitchin' graphic one more time. Strata-Cruise 2020. It's going to be at May 15th through May 18th out of Miami. You can go to billwhittlecruise.com, and the guys running the cruise have set it up so that between now and Christmas, if you want to buy somebody the gift of Bill and Scott and Steve, then it's only $75 per person to hold a room. The actual cruise price will depend on which cabin you like, but it starts around $800. That's not bad for 3 days, really, and everything included. So we're really, really excited about it, and you're going to be hearing an awful lot more about that. So Cheryl wants to know if we're going to do the shows live stream or taped. My hope is that we can live stream them out of there. I'm pretty sure we can. Joseph wants to know if we can shoot video. You not only can shoot video, we'd love to have you shoot video. The cruise line is going to have a staff photographer on board. Needless to say, this person will not be of the quality that photographer that I'm bringing. Nevertheless, it's always nice to have two on board. But yes, of course you'll be able to take pictures, and so we're gonna have a Facebook page just for this, and we're gonna be able to send pretty much constant 24-hour updates to the Facebook page while we're out there, and so there you go. Depending on how many people we get, we are comped a certain amount of rooms for however many people we get. I'm probably going to dearly regret this, but the thought occurred to me that if we have enough people and we've got enough spare rooms, maybe we could do some kind of a contest or something, or a raffle or a drawing, and comp the room for people who maybe bring the most people in, something like that. I've just undoubtedly shot myself in the leg. But in any event, I couldn't be more happy with the Parker, who's traveled by Parker, by the way. If you decide you want to have a cruise of your own, he'll set you up. And we were originally talking about doing it out of Long Beach, going down to Encinitas, and then out to Catalina. But that just seemed to me like, you don't even leave California waters. It just seemed more like a ferry ride. So we wanted to at least go someplace tropical. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, so that's that. That's really terrific, and we're real excited about it. And you're going to be hearing an awful lot more about that in the days and weeks to come. Navigator of the Seas, my friends. So that's where we will be. Oh man, Rubber City Rebel says the Holiday Inn nearest the cruise port is right across the street from the Bay Marketplace, a good shopping restaurant in the good shopping restaurant bar area. Somebody's been on cruises before down there. Awesome. So that's going to be great. And as I said, Scott will be there. Steve, we got a room set aside for Steve, and you know we have to be careful about the money we spend. We got to cut corners somewhere, so we got a little inflatable thing for Scott, and we're going to hook a rope up to the back. We're not going to tell anybody, and we'll just kind of tow him along, and then when it's time to do a show, we'll kind of pull him in, and then we'll let him sleep out there again. Oh, somebody mentioned passports required. I am told, I need to confirm this, but I am told that a passport is not required if you are going from and returning to the same American port on a cruise. I've been told that a passport is not required for that. Needless to say, I will fill that in. I think they did say you need like a photo ID and perhaps birth certificate, but a passport is, as I've been told, is not necessary for this, and that makes it even easier, because God knows we don't want Americans getting passports for things that will spoil our reputation. So we're going to have an absolute blast, and chicken fights and all kinds of things in the pool. So that'll be really, really fun. Okay, so moving on. Scotty. Yeah, Scott just in the live stream asked me to just mention, parenthetically, that you won't be allowed on board without the thorough, Scott's words, generous cavity search. Can't take any chances with me, out there. Anyway, so that'll be a lot of fun. So I've got some other things to show you here. I'm going to be out on the water with some sick people.